London, a 2,000-year-old city full of stories, secrets and ancient mysteries. I'm actually in the old city of London today. So the old city of London is where the Romans were. So it's 2,000 years old. And this is where London was born. And if you were to dig below me now, you would probably still find remains from the Romans. Lots of it came up from the bombings in the Second World War. They found lots of stuff then. And they also just generally building skyscrapers, building anything really. Once they lay the foundations, they've always found lots of things, from burials to, tiles. So like anything really. Even when they're building the underground, they found loads of stuff. The thing is about the city of London is that it's full of strange symbols and secrets everywhere. Lots of, sculptures, carvings, things hanging from sides of buildings, telling you or giving you clues, almost like hidden in plain sight, to actually what went on here. And there's also still strange ceremonies that took place, that are still taking place, and they're probably, some of them are over 1,000 years old. Stuff that goes on in the Guildhall when people receive keys to the city and stuff like that. But the reason I'm here today is because there's been a legend that sort of feel like it's almost been following me around a little bit. So I want to share this legend with you, and just remember it's just a legend, so there's no actual proof. But I have been reading a book by somebody lately. He's trying to support the legend because it was put to bed at the start of the 20th century, and this person is trying to revive it. So let's go and see about the legend then, shall we? Another thing to say about the city of London is it's like a labyrinth. I've got lost in here so many times, so many Saturdays. I don't know where I am, where I'm going. It just seems to sort of consume you and take over you. So I wanted to speak about the church today, and also some coincidences that I sort of had about it, which made me know about this king before. But so I'll just try and break it down. Right, okay. So what we know is there was a guy called John Stowe, who was like an antiquarian in the 1500s. He wrote a book in the 1500s about life in Elizabethan London. in that book he went into this church, but this was the original ancient church before the Christopher Wren church that stands there now. The other church burned down in the Great Fire of London, hence Christopher Wren building it, right? Anyway, this is kind of like quite Indiana Jones stuff in the sense that John Stow found this old stone tablet in the church with it chipped into the tablet that this king, this early king of Britain, this Brythonic king, who was basically I guess he was like a sort of client king to the Romans if he was 2nd century, right? So he was like a Celtic Romano king, if you like. King Lucius, he wrote to the Pope and asked to be converted from pagan to Christian, right? Now, there's lots of documents that repeat this information, including the Venerable Bed, and also Geoffrey of Monmouth also recorded it, and there is something about it in the Book of Llandaff, which was written in Llandaff Cathedral by an unknown person, I think in the 12th century. So basically lots of people repeated this, and they saw there's these things that I'll put it up on the screen, like a catalogue that the people in the Vatican would write, where they would repeat earlier information, right? So we have to just sort of kind of like hope that this is the original information is right. Although there was a German scholar who I'll put up on the screen who actually argued this in the early 1900s and kind of almost quashed the whole legend, because he said he reckoned that it was a misprint and that King Lucius was mixed up with a king from Edessa, because there was a king from Edessa in the 2nd century who also converted to paganism, right? But this is kind of the mad bit. There was an excavation done in the church, again, which I'll put up on the screen. And in this excavation, they found what they believed to be a shrine, like a pagan shrine room, which sat below the eastern end of the church, so near the altar. So it's almost like an altar over an altar, right? And then obviously you've got Wren's church on top of it. This is an actual road plan. Here is St. Peter's upon Cornhill, which sits on the original frame of the Roman Basilica. This is where the pagan altar was found when they were digging the road. And if you look here, this is actually the ancient Grace Church Street, which is believed to be a Saxon road, and it actually has a slight kink in the road where it respects what appears to look like the footing of the original ancient church. So that would suggest that the Saxons knew about this church, a very early Saxon road. Now, interestingly, I've also found another, in John Stow's book, it says that there was a library built next to the church, and this library apparently, from what I can read, I think they took loads of druids to the library, and the druids were actually learning the new ways of Christianity in the library. So that's where I wanted to go to the church today. And you know what? The tablet that was discovered by John Stow is supposed to be still there, right? Now, it's written in books and everything, but I went there today and it says it's in the vestry. The church watcher was very reluctant to take me there, but she agreed to take me into the vestry. We went into the vestry and there was no plaque. In fact, I thought everything had been taken off the wall. And that was weird. You know, it could be like, she didn't know. I said, are they doing it up or something? You know, are they taking everything off the walls? And she said, I don't know. I don't know of anything. But yeah, that's my story of going today. And hopefully you can enjoy the footage that I've supplied, and I'll see you on my next video.